Warminster was the scene of a poignant homecoming parade for the 3rd Battalion The Yorkshire Regiment. They lost 9 men on their deployment, 6 of them in a single explosion. A 10th soldier also lost his life in a separate incident. All were remembered at a special service today, as Julie Knox reports.
In style befitting their nickname, the Duke of Boots, the Duke of Wellington's regiment, 3 Yorks, marched through their garrison town with well-wishers feting them with flags and bunting. They carried their own impressive queens and honorary colours, symbolic of the regimental history, which dates back 325 years, with legions of accumulated battle honours. Now they've earned another, Afghanistan. While the battalion has sent troops to previous op-herrics as battle casualty replacements, this was their first deployment together as a battle group. It wasn't without its losses. An advance party of 6 lost their lives when their Warrior armoured vehicle was blown up. Sergeant Nigel Coop, who was attached from the Duke of Lancaster's regiment, Corporal Jake Hartley, Private Anthony Frampton, Private Christopher Kershaw, Private Daniel Wade and Private Daniel Wilford. In June, Private Greg Stone was shot in a firefight, and just as the tour was concluding, Sergeant Gareth Thursby and Private Thomas Rowe were killed by an Afghan policeman in a green-on-blue attack. Kingsman Ryan Ward, another attached soldier from the Duke of Lancaster's regiment, has died since the troops returned home. Families thankful to have their loved one back had travelled from Yorkshire today.
To see my son and welcome them all back, doing such a fantastic job. Well, I'm here because of the Yorkshire Regiment. We have several soldiers who have lived with us in our house. They come and stayed with us for a while, and I feel very strongly that they've been out there and we want to welcome them home. And this is my house here, so the centre of town. We're glad to make them a welcome here on this corner.
It's very special for 3 Yorks to be back here in Warminster today. They tell me they've felt very supported by the townspeople, receiving nigh on 500 parcels from them when they were deployed, and even being stopped in the streets and encouraged and thanked for their work when they came home on R&R. And now they're going to receive their operational medals. As it was the first time they deployed together as a battle group, it will be a very special time for those receiving that medal for the first time.
Julie Knox reporting there. Well, a little later she spoke to the commanding officer of 3 Yorks, Lieutenant Colonel Zach Stenning, and began by asking him about their recent tour.
Well, it's been one hell of a long summer, there's no doubt about that, but it's really what we've achieved over the course of this summer, the 50% reduction in violence in Malkir, and the increased Afghan confidence to provide security for themselves that makes me immensely proud of this battalion for all that they've done.
And you were given the freedom of Warminster today. What does that mean? Well,
that was quite a surprise. And an immense privilege. This town has been superb supporters of this battalion throughout the course of this long summer, and we are all deeply humbled by this very generous act today, and will march with pride over the coming years through the town of Warminster. So yeah, very surprised and immensely grateful.